welcome back to the Hermitcraft FTB server. Well, let's see, the sand making operation is pretty much complete for now. I've got a full barrel, about a barrel and a half of sand. And in the process, I've also cut down the remaining trees over here, expanded the place out that way a little bit more, and I planted a bunch of rubber trees. And if some of them look kind of stubby, it's because I cut the parts above the highest resin spot off, because I don't see that as being necessary, and so on. And what with stripping saplings off and cutting down trees that don't have any resin spots on them. Whoa! Is that a bit loud, or is it just my... That sounded kind of... Okay, it was my headset volume, I'll bet. Let me check anyway. Oh, let's back that down just a little bit. Okay. So, no, not there. Here. I've got a stack and 3/4 of rubber wood, which I can process in an extractor to get rubber out of, and of course, almost a stack of sticky resin. Plenty of rubber that I had brought with me. So we're good there. And I think the main thing to do now... How's my jetpack? Oh, fine. Okay. We get down here where the turtle has finished its most recent dig, finding yet again more lava down there. And yeah, there is this little 1 block wide wall that goes all the way down. And that's going to drive me nuts, and I will eventually get it removed. But in the meantime, it's time to get started getting the factory floor and some walls put together, so that this thing can actually start to look like something that is actually intended to be here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep it real simple. I'm going to cobblestone floor the thing. And we'll get with some stone brick and some marble and marble brick for the rest of it. So I'm going to take a few minutes, get this factory floor in, an actual floor you can stand on without having to worry about whether or not you have enough jetpack charge to prevent falling to your death, and so on. And then we'll get some walls in place, mostly to keep nosy creepers and skeletons and such out. And then we can start getting some machinery moved in down here and set up. And get some production going, because given all that sand, I'm ready to take the next step with it and start processing it into silicon cells, which will then be something that we can process into silicon plate. So I'll work on this and I'll be back. Okay, I finally have the floor in here. And as it continues while we rain, let's go ahead and turn the sound down. It may rain, but we don't have to listen to it. I'm going to go ahead here and set the outer walls, the first 2 layers of which will be stone brick. After that, we'll go with marble or marble brick or some combination of that. And there will be a fair amount of glass involved here as well, eventually at least. But there we go. Get out of here, cow. This is a factory. You don't belong in here unless you volunteer to be meat. How about it? Well, I guess you don't want to volunteer to serve as meat. I'm not surprised. I wouldn't want to be meat either. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and get the stone brick down, and then we'll see about starting to get a little fancy with the marble brick, and so on. Once we've got some initial walls, I'm going to start moving machines in even before I have a ceiling. Granted, that means dealing with the rain, but oh well. Wait a minute. Yeah, that's right. Thought for a second the rain was letting up. And it's not. I'm just under a tree. You are now beef. And I'm sure you were probably wondering, well, aren't you going to put an entrance in this? Yes, in the roof. Okay. Some marble. Let's go ahead and brick some of this. Now we'll see how, let's have a look how it looks. Yeah, I think that'll work nicely. And it may fade into just plain flat marble above that. Bearing in mind that looking great is not the primary objective here. This whole place has a purpose, and that is to manufacture stuff. So looking great is a benefit. It's good. I want to have it look great, but more than that, I want it to be a mob-free, safe place to work. And yeah, I've got a boatload of torches down there I have to pick up. But that won't be a problem. I'll come back and cut that wood another time. Right now, I just want to get through. Okay, let's swap out to just straight marble now. Because I like the look of the plain marble as well. Alright, I'm going to get this finished up, and after this layer is finished, frankly, I'm going to start moving machines in here and getting some stuff done. Alright, that thing's going pretty good down there. I'm going to start getting some machines put in. Pulverizer, powered furnace. Let's see. Energy cell to start with. There's a magnetic engine, circuit, some copper cable. I'm going to have to get some copper cooked off right away, first thing. Fortunately, I have some. And, oh, wait a minute. Let me get the crescent hammer. And we'll take that machine. And that conduit. That'll be a good start. Go ahead and start getting some stuff hooked up down here. And I've gone ahead and taken the cobble mess out. I still need to take this stuff out, but I'll get to it. All right. Let's see here. We have 3 pulverizers. No, let's not have them right up against the wall. Let's have a little room behind them. And atop those, no, wait a minute. I'm not thinking this through right. There's going to need to be a little space underneath these things. So we'll get pulverizers here. And then we'll put the powered furnaces up there. All right. Now for power. You know something? I don't know if 4 redstone energy conduits are going to be enough. I may have to go with gold conductive to start with and then switch over later. So I'm going to go ahead and get that and do that. Start out with the gold conductive pipe and we'll advance later. Probably going to need more than 6. If I'm going to use gold conductive, I need wooden conductive. Ugh. No, one will be enough for right now. We just need to have power run to these machines so that they can do something. And I will be replacing that later on. The energy cell here. Can I just run this and have it work? That would be good. Apparently not. Yeah. Okay, now they're charging up. Then I'll leave this set down at 5 MJ a tick to start with. Okay, so we're going to need to bring stuff in through the bottom of the pulverizers and then feed out to the top. So we'll just get these configured now. That's output. Let's see. We want that to be the red output. Disable that and that. And the bottom is an input. Disable that. Do the same over here. There we go. There. Those are set. I'll set these guys to input from the bottom. Output through the top. There. That's all set up. And now let's see. I do believe I need, let's see, I believe a relay. This kind. So we need a transposer, a buffer, and a red doped wafer. So the buffer is wood and iron bars. Okay, let's get that one first. Alright. The transposer, piston, some wood, redstone, and cobble. Oh, I've got a piston. And a red doped wafer. And the rest of it is wood and cobble. Alright. Okay. Actually, I should make another one of those. Ay, why didn't I think of that? Oh well, it's not that big a deal. It's a little irritating to have not thought to make two when I was making the first one. But it's not critical. Alright, how am I fixed for, let's see, pneumatic tube? It's not very much. Let's see, got some brass, some glass. That'll be a better start. Okay. Okay, let's see. Pneumatic tube. If I can stop clicking on that. Alright, that will work. I'll need to rotate these buffers because I believe the wooden side needs to go up. And of course, I didn't think to pick up the screwdriver. Very soon I'm going to end up having most of my tools moved down into the factory. Can you tell? because it's going to be where I'm using stuff the most. Wait a minute. That's an output. There, like that. Okay, so stuff will come in through here from the part of the item sorting system. And we'll end up having probably a sorting machine over here. There will be an input chest, a sorting machine, and the sorting machine will send items that can be pulverized and smelted will go here. And then coming out the top of these things, there will be plumbing that will head up to, or over, or wherever, to where these things, where this stuff gets stored. That's a start. How are we doing for? That's charged. That's charged. All right. I'm going to shut this off for the moment because it was the thing about how Buildcraft pipes like to overload on power and blow up if they're overdone. And speaking of power, we need to get some of that going. And just so happens we have a nice little solution down here. Lava. And I'm thinking, how's the jetpack? A little low. Let's go ahead and swap out to the full one. Drop down here to a pre-existing platform. Yeah. Okay. This will be perfect. Get that out of there and put it over there. Now, is there any of that source blocks? It's kind of important. We need a source block to drill into. Well, that's a source block. No, I'm not going to break the one I'm standing on. I mean, there's a huge mess here, but I'm wondering how much of this is actually source. There's a bunch of source under there, but just get a drill head down to it, down to that level. Okay, 1 block, 2 blocks forward, 1, 2 over. That is a source block right there. So, where I'm standing, well, from the wall, 1, 2, 3 forward, and 1, 2 that way. Okay, there you go. Okay, that'll work. So, we plug this hole, and then we go 1, 2, 3 this way, and 1, 2 that way. And this is where we have a pump, right there. So, let's get a pump put together. A pump, some redstone engines. Well, let's start with the redstone engines. Need some more pistons for that. need some more wood for that. And some cobble. If I could remember to actually make a piston the right way, wouldn't that be a concept? Oy. Alright, that'll be enough. Glass and planks. Four redstone engines. Alright, now the pump. Mining well, okay. Iron pick, iron gear, redstone, and iron. Okay. Upgrade that gear to iron. Running out of inventory real fast. Alright, iron pick, iron gear, redstone. Iron. Okay, some glass for a tank. Several tanks, one of which will combine with the pump. Combine that with a mining well to get the pump. Alright, now clear out some inventory so I can actually get something done here. Alright, I'm going to get my inventory straight and get a few other things together and we'll get this going. Okay, I have just been going through stuff, making sure I had everything I needed. I've got the wooden waterproof pipe, and I've got the redstone engines, the pump, the tanks, and pretty much everything I need except for one thing, and that is waterproof pipe to go from the pump over to the tanks, and then from the tanks to a geothermal generator and magmatic engine or 2 or 3 and a few other things. And in all of my travels and all of my explorations and whatnot, one thing that I have not encountered anywhere is cactus. Now, I realize that you can get pipe waterproof from beeswax and whatnot, but frankly, I don't have the patience to mess with bees right now. Perhaps sometime in the future, but definitely not now. So, this means is I'm going to be dumping all of this stuff into chests, and I'm going to make the long trek to spawn, upon which I will obtain cactus for pipe waterproof and also for starting my own cactus farm. And while I'm at it, I might as well make sure there isn't anything else I need from there, because I don't like making that really long 4,000 block trip through the nether. You know, it's, I mean, seriously, it takes 13, at a full sprint, it takes 13.5 minutes and 8 baked potatoes to get there. And that's boring. So I'm going to go through my stuff here. I'm going to make sure there isn't anything else that I should pick up while I'm there. And maybe take the redstone energy cell and get it recharged, since I'm going to be there anyway. And so on. And we'll pick up next time with getting this factory operational. Thanks for watching. Take it easy.